you feel it. The moment you hear it, balance is the new bold. Those words arrive like a small revolution whispered into your ear. They are not a call to compromise or to shrink. They are an invitation to a different kind of courage, one that chooses steadiness over spectacle, clarity over constant motion. Right now, let that phrase settle into the center of you, not as a slogan, but as a living possibility, and breathe with it as we begin this journey together. Imagine you are standing on that shoreline. Behind you are the patterns that have defined you: noise, frantic schedules, the loud insistence that bigger equals better. Ahead is a horizon open enough to be hopeful and grounded enough to be true. Choosing balance feels like choosing a breath before motion. It asks you to center, to measure, to feel the weight and the lift. As you do, you start to realize that bravery can be quiet and that steadiness can be more radical than chaos. When we say balance is the new bold, we're naming a revolution that doesn't shout but changes everything from within. This is not about perfect scales or unreachable ideals. It's about reclaiming your center when life tilts you sideways, and about honoring both ambition and rest. In this revolution, you and I are allies, learning to place one foot with intention, then the other step by step. Keep feeling that pulse. It's leading us into deeper discovery. I want you to meet Anna, or perhaps you see yourself in her. She used to measure worth by output, racing through days with a hollow urgency. One afternoon, she closed her laptop at noon for the first time in months and walked to a small park. She sat and watched two maple leaves collide on a breeze, and in that ordinary pause, she found a kind of permission to value rest as practice, not failure. That choice, quiet as it was, became her boldest defiance of a culture that equates speed with success. Then there's Malik, who reimagined success. He reduced his hours not out of retreat, but so he could be fully present with his craft, with his family, with his own inner life. By carving boundaries, he discovered depth in both work and relationship. Balance wasn't a limit. It was a platform that amplified what mattered. Let his story remind you, creating space is an act of courage, and it shapes the way you bring your best self to the world. Across our community, there are countless small revolutions, people choosing to show up differently, to rest without guilt, to love without losing themselves. Each act of balance becomes a shared rhythm we can learn from. We hold each other in this practice. Your story is part of ours. Let this thought carry you forward, toward the peak where these small choices converge into something larger. Here is where the energy shifts. When balance becomes your habit, something remarkable happens. Choices sharpen. You no longer run from discomfort. You navigate it. You learn when to stretch and when to receive. Think of balance like a compass that steadies your direction in storms. The world will still demand extremes, but you will have a steadier hand. Feel how that steadiness changes the kind of courage you can offer. Gentler, wiser, more sustainable. Now imagine the summit moment, not a brief flash of triumph, but the sustained view after many careful steps. From here you see how balance has amplified your purpose. Work that once felt draining now has rhythm. Relationships deepen because you bring more of your authentic self. Boldness, redefined, becomes the capacity to hold more than one truth at once, ambition and rest, striving and surrender. This is the peak of our journey, the emotional crest where your resolve meets your practice. Don't think of this peak as a singular moment. It's a collective elevation, a breath shared among us. When you choose balance, you add to a community current that changes culture little by little. Others will notice your steadiness and be allowed to rest because you did. That ripple is the true power of this new bold. It is both personal and profoundly social. Let this momentum carry you into the final reflections we hold together. As we curve back toward where we began, carry this truth with you. Choosing balance is not a concession, it is an offering. It offers steadiness to yourself, and it offers example to others. The flame you tend, small, steady, luminous, will not burn out the world, it will light safe paths for those around you. Know that each gentle choice adds up, forming a life that is both brave and kind. Let that warmth move you into the final clarity we share. Remember, balance is practice, not a prize you win once. There will be days you tumble, seasons when the scale tips. In those moments, you return, not to perfection, but to intention. You listen, adjust, and move again. That ongoing commitment is the boldness we're naming. It is humble, persistent, and deeply empowering. Keep holding that intention with tenderness as we come to our closing moment. And now, together, we live the line between ambition and ease. Balance is the new bold, becomes more than a phrase. It becomes a life lesson that courage can be steady, influence can be quiet, and change can be gentle but inevitable. Carry this with you. Choose rest without guilt. Center your wants with care. Set boundaries with love and show up with intention. If this resonates, join our community. Subscribe, share this message, and leave a comment with your interpretation. Tell us a moment when choosing balance changed you. Together, we keep this new bold alive.